So this is our map of our travels. It's on the side of our van, as you can see. And I just thought I'd show you where we've been. So we picked up the van in Perth, went to Albany, locked down for 3 months, back to Perth, and then across the Nullarbor, down through the Eyre Peninsula. We stayed for a week and a half, and then we ran quickly up to Alice Springs, and then up into Queensland, and then we slowed down and made our way through to Townsville, where our youngest son is. And the dotted line there, you can see that, is our trip up to Cape York, where we didn't take the van, which is why it's a dotted line. And then we came back out here, down to Winton, Longreach, Aramac, Barcaldine, Windora, down through to Thargomindah. And then really the reason for this video is because we wanted to go from Thargomindah down to here, where the 3 states join: Queensland, South Australia and New South Wales, and that's called Cameron Corner. And then we were going to cross the border down to Tibooburra and across to Bourke. So that was the plan. Unfortunately, so this plan was going to be, we were going to have gone from the far northeast tip up here of Queensland to the far southwest of Queensland. And that would have been a bit of fun, but the trouble is they had rain through here, and as you've heard me say a number of times, this is the channel country, so the creeks run through channels down to Lake Eyre, and so the roads here were closed. So we took the coward's way and went back to Katoomba and down to Bourke, and we're heading through to Katoomba, which is in the Blue Mountains. So we've kind of stuck a bit with the bitumen, unfortunately, but that's you know, what can you do? Next time we'll come up and we'll go up through Lake Eyre, we'll come across to Cameron's Corner, and we'll go to Inaminka and Birdsville, if it hasn't been raining and the roads have been closed. So that's our trip so far. This is the paddle steamer Chandra. It's a replica of the original one that used to ply its trade up and down the Murray and the Darling River, and now it just takes tourists around on the Darling River out of Bourke. It's a really nice way to spend a couple of hours of your time when you're in Bourke.
Flood water now, and hopefully that'll continue through the season. As happened before, it's a seasonal river. Since 1880 it's stopped flowing and dried up over 50 times. It's happened before, it'll happen again. Now, as I said, it's held up by a weir. It's downstream of the town. The weir itself was built in the 1890s. It was a series of weirs designed on the Murray-Darling system. Originally designed to hold water up and turn on a plate for the paddle steams that trade all year round. The Rangers changed navigation together in the system. Around 26 weirs and locks on the Murray, and 13 of those were completed. What you have to add is a weir built on the Darling in 1897.
So this is the Darling River. Again, we're west of the town of Bourke. After 1931, when the commercial boats stopped plying their trade, the paddle steamers, they built this weir to hold water. And I'm led to believe that the river here is about 4 metres deep. It's flowing quite well because they had rain here. They've had a few reasonable sized storms in the last couple of months. And the tellies over on the lodge. And there's quite a lot of water flowing over it. Doesn't stop the river from drying up in real drought years though, but so there's 4 metres of water above the dam of the weir, which would keep water in there for most of the summer. The kids to swim in, and the fish to survive. And I presume over there, you can't see it, but I presume that's a fish ladder. Don't know. Allow the fish and the turtles to get up and down. Bourke's one of those really old towns. It's got some very old buildings for Australia anyway, and it's like driving around a history book when you drive around this part of the world. You know, Bourke, Katoomba, Cowra, Parkes, Dubbo, Katoomba, and all those places that you hear about when you're in the West, and it's really fun to drive around and have a look. And the Information Bureau in Bourke makes the best coffee, because they can't make coffee in Queensland, so it's been ages since I've had a really good one. See you next time.